Hi there. Black fries the liver tracks the game Deshmukh against Peng Xiaomin, Calcutta 2000, and it's in a fried liver theme trap in the Spanish where black comes out triumphant. After e4 and e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5 the Spanish, a6 sends the bishop back to a4 and knight f6 targets the e4 pawn. White can castle, and if black takes the e4 pawn, then white's going to get counterplay along the half-open e-file. So black prefers to play b5, sending the bishop back to b3 and now d6. So we've reached the beginning of this trap position, where white is tempted to go for the fried liver theme, which we usually see in the two knights defense, by playing now knight g5. Knight g5 threatens the pawn on f7, and if bishop e6, then that bishop's going to be traded and white's winning a pawn. Black's going to have to waste the temp by moving this pawn on d6 one square back up to d5 in order to block. So white can assume it's in his favor because black's wasted their tempo, but it's not strictly true, because after e takes on d5, hitting the knight, knight jumps to d4. This is akin to the Fritz variation of the two knights defense. So this knight here is a bit of a monster, really. Rook e1 by white, logical, targeting the pawn on e5, but black ignores that and just develops bishop c5, because now after rook takes on e5, the king simply slides over to f8 and black's actually doing okay. Well, we're going to explore the move h3 by white, because white wants to deter this bishop from getting to that important g4 square. But white could also play this interesting line, which is about equal, with rook dropping back first to e3. And now bishop g4 can be met by queen to e1. Knight takes on b3. Rook takes on b3. Black will try and exchange queens, but white will have none of that. Throws the queen to f1, allowing bishop e2. But then this move, knight to e6 checks, a sweet move, should ensure drawing chances for both sides, because once that knight is captured by f takes on e6, the black queen is no longer defending the bishop on e2, and the queen can snap that up with around equality. Going back to the position after check and king f8, if white tries h3, logical, to try to stop bishop g4, then black's gonna be winning almost immediately with this move, knight d7, retreating the knight, which hits the rook as well as the knight on g5. So white will play knight takes on f7, and if king takes the knight, then d6 is going to give white some chances there, opening up the diagonal for the bishop on b3. But black doesn't have to take the knight, rather queen f6 is actually better. So the rook's going to move back to e3, and now after queen takes on f7, c3 drives the knight away from d4, trying to loosen up the f3 square perhaps for the rook. So after knight takes on b3, rook f3 hits the queen and the king, but black can interpose by returning the knight to f6. And now after a takes on b3, queen takes on d5, leaves black almost a whole piece up with a winning position. So this has been called Black Fries the Liver, and it's in the Spanish. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.